Peace and blessings, beloved. Come here to be educated, empowered, enlightened, inspired, motivated, and challenged to be critical and independent thinkers. Let's get to it.
And a 6'3" guard from Chicago.
United Center chanting MVP.
chant. First free throw for Derrick. I think that was a smile, too.
Peace and blessings, beloved. I pray all is well with you and yours. And welcome to the Midseason Recap Postscript for the Life LessonsU Series, D. Rose, Believe in Yourself. Now, in the wake of D. Rose's consistent stellar play over the course of his entire tenure in Minnesota, of course, on full display in this season, the 2018-2019 season, I wanted to use this opportunity to reiterate and reinforce the theme of belief in self, as I believe it's never an inappropriate time to discuss the importance of understanding the value that one has as given by our Creator, Yahweh. Now, it's up to us to recognize, acknowledge, and cultivate those gifts and talents so that we can maximize and monetize them. And that brings to mind a conversation that I had with one of my beloved teens. I was sharing with him that he has a lot of potential, but that it would never be realized if he didn't learn how to get out of his own way and begin to make informed, wise assessments and decisions about what was important in his life. And he responded by saying that people had often shared with him that they saw potential within, but that he didn't see it in himself. And beloved, that's one of the primary reasons that I created this platform and why I take it so seriously. Because I know for sure that there are countless individuals across all ages, including every background imaginable, that struggle with those same issues. And oftentimes they have no hope of climbing out of that hole that they dug by not realizing their gifts. All right, beloved. And so what really spurred my desire on to create this video in the first place was an ESPN article notification that I received this morning from Malika Andrews, in which she chronicled Derrick Rose's second return to Chicago upon his departure some number of years ago, I believe 7 years ago. And what I wanted to point out here, a few things actually, and all of them are basically reinforcements, reiterations of themes that we've already shared. But it's just nice to see further proof that adds solidification and validity to those things that I've been sharing. And that's not for any gain on my part, but just because it makes the points that more resonant, and prayerfully people will be able to relate to them and see the truth that lies therein. And so if we go back to the first time Derrick Rose returned to the United Center, it was in 2016, November. And in this case, the fans jeered, booed, and heckled him at every opportunity, from player introductions until the last buzzer. And so here again, it's important to just hone in on the fact that people are fickle. People are whimsical. People are capricious. People flip-flop. People are iffy. People are sometimey. And I'm saying that because we cannot allow the opinion of others to determine our self-worth or value. No external factor should have the power to tell you who you are. And far too often we allow just that to happen. And it causes this ripple effect in our lives that oftentimes can seem overwhelming. And that's what I want us to avoid at every chance and every opportunity. This time around, it was very different. The fans, I guess, had time to heal from their wounds or whatever, or they just came to the realization that Derrick Rose doesn't really care about external factors, and he's really about his business, and he's going about things the right way. And so, having said that, this time around, they showed a great deal of love for him. I mean, really, you can't deny this individual, this young man, and that's why I'm so proud of him, because, you know, oftentimes we allow the media to create the story for us and to give us our opinions and our viewpoints. But with this, it's really hard to have any other viewpoint outside of a healthy respect and admiration for this guy's tenacity and his resilience and all those things we've been talking about in the original coverage. And so, having said that, it's important that we always appreciate support and recognition, but that we never allow it to get us too high or too low. Because once again, external factors are out of our control, and those things which we cannot control should not control us. Now we have Derrick Rose finishing with a team high 24 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. A very good line. If you follow basketball, if you understand the sport of basketball, you understand Derrick Rose's stature in the game, his age in the game, his injury history in the game. So it's very good. And he's been consistently great all season. And if you've been paying attention, you would notice not only the impact he's having on the court, but that he's having the same, if not greater, impact off of the court for the entire organization. And so once again, man, he's a high character individual, one who's been through a great deal and has grown enough from it to have wisdom to impart. And it's great to see, because sometimes we can get caught up in ourselves and become selfish, even if it's unintentional, where we want to hoard those things that have helped us along the way and not be a blessing to others. That's why I always end with be blessed and be a blessing. That's a mantra that I live by, because those things that we endure, those things that we grow from, those things that allow us to prosper are not just for us, they're for other people to learn from and to be able to avoid some of the pitfalls that we fall prey to or that we've found ourselves in. And so it's just great to see that he's taking that role very seriously, and he understands the gravity with which he should deal with that. And then we have Tom Thibodeau, his coach, not only here, but his coach when he was in Chicago, saying that he always felt that if he got back to being healthy, he could be very productive. So once again, when you have people who support you and you know that that support is genuine, hold dear to them, show love back to them, and allow them to see that you appreciate them using their power and influence to put you in a position to showcase your skills. Because that's really truly all Derrick Rose needed. His talent has never left him. Now the ability to exhibit that talent, sure. But once he's come back and he had to go to Cleveland and then New York and then Cleveland and then to Minnesota, his talent was always there. If you look at his stats when he was on New York, the boy was balling, man. Now in Cleveland, he got a raw deal, minutes wise, and he had an orbital bone surgery that he had to deal with. So opportunity wasn't there. But once again, once opportunity presents itself, he takes full advantage. And that's a lesson for us all. We have to be ready to take advantage and seize the moment. And if you stay ready, there's no need to get ready. And then you have, lastly, his stats for the year include 19 points a game, close to 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And that's in 30 minutes per game. And so, as I mentioned in my original coverage, his personal goal prior to the season starting was to be the sixth man of the year. And now I can say this without any level of bias, although I'm not secretive about the love that I have for this brother. I can say objectively that he will win the sixth man of the year. When one is able to set a personal goal, once again, the goal can be audacious, but it must be realistic. And in order for it to be either one of those things, you must once again know who you are and know where you are. Because without knowledge of self, without knowledge of environment, then you're not able to make any kind of realistic, reasonable goal. And so some would have said that he was crazy before the season started to say he wants to be sixth man of the year. They probably would have laughed it off. But I guarantee you, nobody's laughing now, except maybe him, at all those people who doubted him in the first place. So once again, beloved, I wanted to reinforce these themes of self-worth and belief in oneself and value and values and character and goal setting. All of these things transcend sport, transcend occupation, transcend lifestyle, transcend socio-economic background, transcends it all. And it just gets down to the core, bare essentials of living a successful, thriving life. And so as always, man, I want you to know I love you. I want nothing but the best for you. I want you to realize your full potential, to recognize who you are, whose you are, and what your place is in this world. All right, beloved, I just wanted to share that with you as a form of inspiration and reinforcement for believing in yourself. Namely, in the face of adversity, hate, shade, mischaracterization, character assassination, self-doubt, obstacles, setbacks, tragedies, missteps, etc., etc. You see, it's critical to our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health and wellness to believe in a higher power than oneself. For me, that's the God of the Bible, Yahweh. And based on that relationship, to have the proper self-awareness and self-worth. As I've stated before, and no doubt will state again and again, this world is cold and has absolutely no love for you. Now it will mask its true feelings and put on a facade of love in efforts to deceive, manipulate, exploit, misuse, and abuse you. But it's just that, a facade. Because real love only seeks to edify you. And in doing so, it won't lie to you. It won't try to take advantage of you. And it won't allow you to cause harm or bring peril to yourself. But rather, it will tell you what you need and not want. And it will hold you accountable for your actions so that you can learn and grow from them. You see, beloved, true love looks out for the soul and not the flesh. As always, thank you for your support. None of it ever goes unnoticed. And I look forward to sharing and growing with you. What I'll do next is play a highlight clip year to date, just so you can see the fruit of one's labor when they persevere and cultivate their gifts. Until next time, be blessed and be a blessing.
all over the floor, and he's taking this on as a challenge and goes right at Derrick Rose, and everybody here at United Center chanting MVP.
Very efficient. He's averaging 19 points a game, shooting about 45% from the field, and then almost 45% from the three-point line. It's just great to see him back and playing at a high level. 22 years old, and had he not been injured, no telling where his career would be right now.
Derrick Rose, what a take with the left hand. Had to guard Zach LaVine last year. As Derrick Rose, he gets another beautiful layup.
24 points per game. Rose off the dribble and off the glass. What a nice touch.
It really hurts you. They run a lot of dribble handoff actions just like that. Derrick Rose can be an issue sometimes, but he's so immensely talented. D. Rose
Initiates the offense and gives it up to Rose. Top of key, long jumper.
change some relationships. That's how it's done. And you get a big win like that as Derrick.
Friday at home against Orlando. And that's the first time all season Chicago's even won back-to-back games.
Oh, he's a good basketball player. I think they need to trade him. He's got.
Well, Dave Wiggins.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people are just happy to see the resurgence.
I love that commercial. This Frank, that's my dude. We talk about eyes. Derrick Rose spinning in. It's interesting. The Phoenix Suns TV guy is in that commercial with Frank Thomas.
Really? Yeah. It's just great to see him back and playing at a high level.